been up for an hour?
No, about 45 minutes.
Dang. Good spot for the house, isn't it?
Yeah, nice.
Had a dock down there too.
About 4 or 5 years ago, had a tournament down at Ingles. One of them evening tournaments, night tournaments.
I think I did hear about this.
Alabama Power was working on the power line. The head guys out there supposed to be spotting it, watching. I guess they were over at the bank or something. And when they blasted off, it was a boat race going down the lake, going down to the lower end, and the guy in the lead out there, two older guys, wide open, and co-liner decapitated him. So the line was hanging down on the water. That's awful. And he had just retired like the day before.
Yeah, that's.
It'd mess you up. It's his best friend too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. You got any good stories? Y'all got any good stories? Holy moly, dude! I want to go back to bed now.
They don't talk about good stuff. They just tell you about bad stuff.
Golly.
But I have not been here since I fished a Forest Wood Cup here. Had been 8 or 9 years ago. So I'm actually kind of excited. New lake, kind of a new lake to me. Hadn't been here in so long. I'm excited to get out there, ride around, look around. And I mean, it's June. Truck already says 66. Probably gonna be about 102 today. No, not really, but I think it's gonna be about 90. And yep, long practice days. It's only 5:30 right now, and it's light, very light outside. So I got to get moving, and I'm gonna go look deep, look shallow, and look everywhere in between. That's the plan. All right, let me get out here on this flat here today. The thing about this lake that's interesting, of all the TVA lakes, I mean, Guntersville's shallow, but it has a little of that Guntersville, this flat area, has a little of that Guntersville feel without the grass. So you just kind of have to, and there's years there is grass, and there might be some eelgrass, and if we can find some, that's obviously a good thing. For the most part, we're just basically looking for some fish on these bars. All right, I'm gonna just take a little breather for a second. Putting that wheeler juju on me. Because somewhere right in here, what I can see right now is the winners. Got 3 days to find them. I don't know what this is. It's like something, a turtle.
Well, it's a log. I don't know what it is. It's moving, but it's not. It's a log. It was moving just enough that I was like, it's a big one. 3 pounder. All right, so we'll start the video off. We'll start the video off with a little question. What do y'all call it when y'all get a snag like a limb? So I've called it 3 pounder, limb brim. What's some funny names? What's some funny names y'all have used for the old log trick, the old log bite? Bunch of fish right here. I don't know what species they are. Oh, I had him, dude. Dang, bro. I had one. Look at that. I was stuck. I thought I was hung on the log. This lake is a jig lake. Of all the places that I've ever been, I've caught more fish on a jig here than anywhere. I used to fish that river ledge with just an old nasty jig, black and blue jig. Throw it out here on these stumps, dude, and just drag it around. Oh, I had another one, dude. I think I had another one. Pretty sure I had another fish. I think so. I think I lifted it up, dude, and I thought he got it. Oh, yeah, it was definitely a bite there. Another one had it. Wow, I have had one bite, one legit bite. And I'm not even sure it was a bass, to be honest with you, because it could have been a catfish or something, but I'm gonna drop my koi off, go back out there, take you guys along. You know, here's the deal. Practice is this way every tournament. You're not gonna catch them everywhere. Be fun, but that doesn't teach you anything either if you catch them everywhere, and then where are you gonna fish? You can't fish everywhere. So we gotta find 2 or 3 places that have some fish on it. I gotta keep fishing these stumps a little bit, and then I'm gonna get on the river ledge here in a little bit as well and get out there this afternoon. They bite really good in the afternoons on the river, and see if I can't find a couple places on that river ledge. We just need 2 or 3 places to mop up a nice bag of fish, and that's it. That's it. These time tournaments are not a run all over the lake and fish 20 different places. It's find 2 or 3 places over the next 3 days that's got a nice little wad of fish on it. We can do real well in the tournament. So that's all we gotta do. Nice. Nice. Thank you, dude. Bruh. Thank you. It's a good keeper. Old jig. There's a good one. There's a good one. Oh, 3 pounder. Nice fish though. So on big 3/4 ounce lipless. You know, there's a little bit of grass here, So it's hard for me to throw a swim bait or anything like that because it's just going to get hung up. But that was a nice fish. I saw some more fish on the graph swimming around up there, but I don't know what. There's just so many fish in this system that aren't bass. It's hard to decipher a lot of times. But there's part of me that's like, there's a lot more bass up here swimming around that just aren't biting. I just feel like these fish are a little funky up here, like they're not always feeding. I think they're dodging baits, personally. But I remember catching them again when I used to do well here. It wasn't like I would catch 5 or 6 fish off one little spot like this. I'd get a bite right here, and I may catch 1 or 2, and then I may have to go down a little bit, and then get to another little zone, boom, catch another one, and I may come back through here another time or 2 and catch 1 every time I come through here. It's that kind of deal. I can't remember ever being on a big school just sitting there catching them. The only big school I was ever on was that one time that the wind blew real hard. It stacked them up in one little corner down there. I told that story yesterday in the travel vlog, so if you haven't seen the travel vlog, you hear a couple great stories about tournament fishing here on this lake. I dropped a couple great ones there, so when you get done watching this video, click over to the travel vlog, guys, and check it out. Good stories there. Came in a little early today, about an hour early. I got a little frustrated out there. The wind was blowing out of the west. It kind of messes everything up a little bit on the flats. It pushes against the current, so you really kind of have to be fishing. Your best bet is be fishing, throwing your lures upstream, but the wind's blowing the other way. It's just kind of a crazy deal. So, you know, all in all, pretty crummy day. There is hope. Where a couple of those places that I caught fish, I think. Worst case scenario, I think if I fish those 3 or 4 places all day and around and around and around in there, I think I catch 5 decent fish. I really do. So of course the difference was the coontail that we saw there. Some of that other grass, I didn't really give it a good effort, but it's like a pondweed type. I don't know. I mean, over the years, I've never really caught them out of that kind of grass. I don't know why they don't get in it very good. Maybe they do. Maybe we just don't fish it correctly, but. You know, tomorrow I'll probably need to run, you know, down the lake, look for some offshore fish, do some things down there and try to figure it out because, man, this place is, or run up the lake. I don't know what I need to do, you know. I almost feel like there's a part of me that might want to just go up the river and go John Coxon all day up there. You know, just crash around in the back of the creeks, throw a frog and a swim jig, and there's a mayfly hatch going on. That's probably what I need to do, to be honest with you. And I could fish some of the mouths of those creeks too, because as it summertime kicks in and a lot of those fish come out, they go to the river, so they'll sit at the mouth of those creeks and feed. So I think I just made my mind up. How about that?
Can you give me a day 1 recap?
Terrible. Terrible, 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 terrible. And terrible. Today was absolutely horrible, dude. Like, worst day of practice I've had thus far this year. And I feel like being in Alabama in June, it shouldn't be that bad. But I think we're just at a bad lake. Thank you. Shout out to Bass for bringing us here. I feel like I might say this again at the next tournament because I've heard pretty horror stories about Smith Lake. Yeah, Smith Lake. That's where we're going next in midsummer. So that should make for an interesting derb. It's gonna be an interesting tournament for sure. Somebody will crush them. They always do. Do not think they'll be giant weights. I think 16 pounds a day, 16 to 17, get you in the top 10. So that's a plus.
Got any positive things to say to
Man, day one of practice was pretty tough. Day one here at Wheeler. I was really expecting it to be a lot better. Did get a few bites. I mean, wasn't nothing special. Was able to find get a few bites, but you just got to, I mean, they were running enough current this evening to make them bite. You just got to get on an area or a shell bed or something that's got a load of them. You got to try to find that magic spot. And hopefully we can find it the next 2 days and run with it throughout the week. Tonight we're going to watch hockey.
Day two, what to do, day two. Beautiful day. I'm gonna start out on the flats again. You know, it got really windy yesterday afternoon, and I think that really hurts the bite. So I need to take advantage of it this morning. Get out there. I'm gonna throw a top water a little bit. I have a funny feeling. I started thinking about it. You know, you want something that you can cover water with. I saw probably 10 different fish yesterday. I'm not sure they were bass. But they kind of look like it. Blow up on stuff. So, I'm going to throw top water today. Just run a spook. I mean, it's only 4 or 5 feet deep on top of those stumps. There's no reason why fish wouldn't come up and blow up on that. So, you know, we're going to do that a little bit today, and then we're just going to evaluate. If I catch them decent this morning out here on the flats, we'll stay on the flats all day. And if not, we're going to have to move around a little bit. But we're not going to go too far. Not going to go too far. We don't need to go too far. There's plenty of fish within 5 miles of right where we're sitting right now to win the tournament. So, just got to figure out where they are. Something around here. It's just too good of a spot, number one. I'm seeing fish moving around. Just don't know what they are yet. All right, I'm gonna give you a little tip. I'm checking this line on this drop shot. Now on the Tennessee River, current, the whole 9 yards, it's maybe not as important, but I think this is like, I don't know, it feels pretty heavy. I'm gonna put the Spinex 4 carbon leader. This is specifically for stuff like this. A drop shot is definitely one of those techniques that 8 pound line gets more bites than 10. It just does every day of the week. I don't care where you are. Now, is it absolutely necessary? No, but you're going to get more bites. And when you're in practice, I'm not trying to catch 10 on this spot. I'm trying to catch 1. And so 1 will tell me there's an opportunity here. So I need to increase my chances for 1. To make my decision on that there's fish here. So, you know what I'm saying? So I need to fish lighter line and practice. All that good stuff. I'll put about a 6-foot piece on. I tie a double uni knot. No, I know a lot of people tie FG knots, different ones. I tie that simple double uni. If you tie it just right, it's a really good knot. Yeah, this stuff right here comes out in a 50-yard spool. Really, really good. It's 9 pound, but it has the diameter of like 8, so it's stronger but thinner. It is really special line for leader material, like Finesse stuff, and it's super strong. I mean, that's what I use on my big smallmouth stuff up in St. Lawrence. Yeah, we're dealing with 4 and 5 pound smallmouth. Stuff performs amazingly well. So it's called Spin X by P-Line, and they actually have a Spin X braid too, which I'm using, and it's a really great braid. So they've got just a really good set of lines right here in the Spin X series, so check it out for sure. You can go on their website and get some, or if not, I'm sure you can pick it up at a lot of your normal stores. All right, I need some help. YouTube, go do your thing. I'm having jerk baits that are swelling up. Now, it's only usually these, like that one's ruined. It's usually only the Japanese stuff. Typically, like things look all crazy looking. So what happens is they swell, and I think the problem is obviously the heat. From Florida to here and back to Florida, I guess. I don't know. But like this thing is $20 bait, just mega bass. Look how swollen it is compared to this one. You can kind of see the difference. This one's swollen, and the weight transfers are locked up, so it doesn't tilt right. It tilts all weird. It doesn't set. This one, you can see, is clear. See the BB right there? The BB's stuck. This BB moves, but they're supposed to go back here, because when it swells up, it does something to the chamber. I don't know. It stretches it out, makes it weird, and they just don't. So it's ruined, completely ruined. There's no fixing it at all. It doesn't work at all. So $20 gone, $20 gone. Unfortunately, this one here, I mean, this one looks brand new to me. I mean, I don't think I've ever thrown this. I honestly, I don't think I've ever thrown it, and it's locked up. So that one's gone, no good. It's not swollen, too bad. This one's real swollen. This one's not swollen hardly at all. Yeah, but you can see, like this one is good. I can hold it up to the sun, and I can see the BBs moving. But I can tell this one is not as swollen. So this one's good. That's $60 gone. Just like that. So I got to figure out a better system. I don't know. I don't know what to do. If I need to put, I don't know. I put them in my cooler. I mean, obviously I don't want to drive around in my cooler all the time. But I've had this happen before, and it's like, I probably have thrown away, honestly, I bet I've thrown away 25 expensive jerk baits and even some crankbaits over the years. And I just started noticing it the last few years, like the last 5 years or so. I don't know why. And I don't know if it's because I have too many jerk baits in that box, and the paint. Fumes swell them up. I mean, that's a possibility. Kind of a, I mean, the obvious thing is the heat. But because I've asked other people, and most everybody else that I ask, they don't have this problem. Most everybody I've asked, they don't live in Florida either. But is it the fumes? Is it, I don't know what it is. Is there something I can do to not have these things swell up? That's bad. So help me out, guys. Help me out. Dude. That's a bass. This is the worst thing that can happen. It's like I didn't seem good enough to tell you. It was either a 3-pound drum or a 3-pound largemouth. Probably a drum. All right. Maybe this will change our luck. Twilight zone, guys. We are learning stuff. We got to make a change. We got to go run up a creek somewhere and go do something totally different. Guys, I am literally super disappointed. Super disappointed in myself. Super disappointed in this fishing, this lake, every aspect of it. I'm gonna be real with you on this one, dude. Today wasn't the most tough day, even though I didn't catch a keeper. It wasn't tough. It wasn't tough mentally. I went through the motions. I actually, believe it or not, didn't like implode throughout the day, and that's an important thing to not do. I didn't catch them. I didn't learn a lot. Obviously, I know where not to fish and kind of what not to do. And that is part of it. You know, this tournament fishing is complicated, but that's what makes it fun. I mean, there's some tournaments where you just can't do anything wrong. You know, you go over here and you catch them, and you mill around over there and you catch them, and you get dialed in on a way to do well pretty quick. And then there's other tournaments like this one where it's you're still off in left field. You know, I don't have a confidence bait. If I had 1 or 2 lures that I thought I could just roll with and generate, you know, a consistent number of bites, I don't need a bunch, but I don't even know what that is. I mean, I've caught them on a lipless. I don't think that's the thing. I think that chatterbait I rigged up on that straight braid is going to be the deal tomorrow. I really do. I really think I can get in that grass and just slow roll that chatterbait on that braid, straight braid, 30-pound P-line, and I think I can get some bites. You know, we all talk to people throughout the day, and Zaldane's called. I think he said he caught 1 fish today when I talked to him a couple hours ago. Canterbury caught 3 or 4 really small ones, might have 7 pounds. Erie caught a couple fish late. He didn't have anything up until I don't know, terrible. So, you know, we've got another day of practice. I'll have to figure it out for sure tomorrow. And here's the thing, when a tournament like this, it doesn't take a lot to win. I mean, it takes weight to win, but it doesn't take a lot of spots. Like, when it's this tough, I just need 1 or 2 good little zones. You know, 1 or 2 schools of fish, 1 or 2 little places that I feel like I can go hammer down. We could do really well. So, let's go. We're gonna find them. Just being positive. That's all you can be. You gotta have pep in your step. You gotta think positive. You know, it's easy to get on the phone. You know, everybody says the same. Oh, the lake's fishing tough. Oh, it's terrible. Well, they're gonna catch them. They're gonna catch them. So if I'm not catching them, which I'm not, that means I gotta do better. It means I gotta get out there and really figure it out tomorrow. It only takes a few minutes, literally a few minutes, to find the winning fish. And I've got 12 hours to do it tomorrow. I need a good 30 minutes to find the something special. That's all I need. Less than that, really. Every time I've ever done well in a tournament or won a tournament, it didn't take all day to find that spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you keep fishing and you find something. And when you do, it's good. And you turn it into something. And that's basically what's going to happen tomorrow. So we're gonna stumble upon something. I just got to be paying attention. I need to be open-minded. You know, it's like in fishing. You know, there's the conscious decisions that you make. This is good. This is good. Okay. In fishing, there's 2 types of decisions that you come up with. I mean, maybe I'm saying it wrong, but I think you'll get what I'm getting at. There's the conscious decisions and subconscious decisions. The conscious decisions are the ones where I think through the process and I go, you know, here's this and that, blah, blah, blah. I look at a map and I go, that looks good over there. Maybe I need to go fish that, you know, whatever. I saw a fish break. I see fish on my graph. I pick up a lure, make a couple casts, catch fish. Okay. And those are all good. Those are physical, conscious decisions. I mean, the harder of the 2, which I need to have happen tomorrow, and it usually happens throughout every tournament, is the subconscious decisions. And those are the ones where the whole time you're fishing, if you're paying attention to what's going on and you're absorbing the sounds, the wind, the boats here, the boats there, you're evaluating subconsciously what's going on, and then all of a sudden, that's when you sit there and you go, I need to try. I know what I need to try. That's the subconscious decisions that lead you to a conscious decision. And you have to be in a good mood. You have to be thinking positive. You can't be tired. I mean, I got tired a couple times today. You can't be tired. You got to be really focused, like a hunter. Like you're hunting these fish. You got to be just dead on. And then your subconscious and your conscious decisions, when they're both working on point, you'll find good stuff. You'll do well in a tournament. You'll find what you need to find. That's just the way fishing is. Fishing's hunting. So I know that's a little deep, but I'm just telling you, if you're out there and you're sidetracked, you're thinking about other things and you're distracted, it hurts. It does.
You know, sometimes people, when they're not getting bit, they downsize, they go down and drop shot stuff. We're just gonna get bigger. If we're only gonna catch one, hopefully it's a big one. So, no, seriously, man, it's really tough. I went north today, and it's really, really tough. I guess that's south because this river runs backwards. But anyhow, I went up the river, almost to the dam, fished the river, fished some creeks. Just not happening very good for me.
Got one more day to figure it out. Got to change baits, change patterns, change areas. I'm gonna change zip codes tomorrow, so see if we can't go out and catch a few tomorrow. We got to figure it out for sure.
You done rigging?
Rigging? Tournament starts Thursday, dude.
That don't rig. He's rigged when he gets here.
It's true.
Pawpaw's about ready for bed.
So he's catching up.
Catching up on sleep.
Where you gonna put it in?
Put it in the green.
Macaroni and cheese?
And the green beans are on.
Oh,
Here, you hold that.
that one.
Do you want to put some in? I can't film
Go
it.
ahead.
Can you open it up?
Yeah.
Open it up. Open it up.
Is that a bump?
Oh God, dude, that looks awful.
Put it on there.
No.
Everybody's eating?
The girl?
Yeah.
He's number one in the world?
Oh my god. Ah, what'd you put in the beans, dude?
Is it spicy?
Yeah. A little spicy. The whole mouth's on fire. That's real funny. You're hilarious.
Three big spoonfuls of potatoes trying to get his mouth to cool off.
What is that? That 1,000 Scoville thing?
They're not that bad.
Shoot. They're hot, bro.
Oh, I know.
It's that
What
bad.
is that you put in there? The million Scoville?
Yeah. It's that stuff from Texas. The stuff we got Canterbury with.
Did you eat the hot ones too?
No.
It's Canterbury's idea.
Yeah, okay. I didn't even know you had this. Ruined a whole bunch of green beans.
Whole bunch of them.
Did you eat any of the mac and cheese yet?
No, did you put it in there too?
It's better than that.
Dude, my lips are numb, bro. They're like tingling.
That's just stuff y'all put in my dang beer. That time, my dang whole mouth was numb.
Remember that waitress that did it?
Yeah, she wanted to be a big shot, didn't she?
That's pretty rough.
I don't know why you're still filming. Yeah. Now, what level are these players?
Pro.
6.5, 7?
Well, they're high fives to 6 somethings.
7's as good as it is, ain't it?
I ain't nobody. Ben John ain't even a 7.
He could be an 8 if he's the
I
best.
said if the scale's on a 7 would mean you've never made a mistake in your life.
Matt,
He hit it long.
you eating a pickle, watching pickle?
Wow.
Gang.
Neck figured that out.
Now they
Eat
gotta
a
go to
pickle, watch
extra
pickleball.
Oh, God, she just broke her record.
Good morning.
Morning.
Last day of practice, dude.
Last day.
You know,
I don't know what to do.
I couldn't sleep last night, dude. Honestly, I couldn't sleep last night trying to think about it. You know, for me, it's like, you know, part of practicing is paying attention to where boats are and where boats aren't. I mean, that's just part of the process. And you know what I've noticed last night? Now, they had that local tournament going, you know, blasted off. And I'm out there fishing. And all those boats went by and they're all running down the river and they're all going left and right. And not any of them went out there in the middle of the flats and fished on those ridges. These are locals. You know, and that's where I got a couple bites out there on those ridges, but not many bites. I got 2 bites out there. And in my mind, I'm like, well, you know, maybe if I just stay out there all day long and hammer it out, I could catch 5 fish or so. but not for one local to go out there tells you a lot. You know, it tells you that they're not out there.
Right.
I mean, one of the 10 or 12, 15 boats or whatever it was in that tournament, somebody would have went out there.
Let's go out here and look at this beautiful lake. She's been good to me over the years, but she's playing a little hard to get right now. That's a fact. Wheeler Lake. This is a course we're right here in Decatur. It's the widest part of the river, and then you go down Pickwick's that way, and then Gunnersville. So it's right in the middle. I've been doing this 25 years, and I've had a lot of great years, and I've had a couple bad ones. And this one is shaping up to be a little one of those. It was good in the beginning. Obviously won a tournament. That was my goal. Won a Bassmaster Open. Had a chance to win another one. Since then, it's been tough. The year's not over. Our goals were simple. Win an Open and win an Elite. I have 4 chances to win an Elite left. All right, check out my setup right now. Now, you see the angle, right? This is the 25 cord angle, and I usually put it down between my seat. In practice, a lot of times I'll have it behind my seat back here. But that's a must-have in the summer. I mean, these boats, look, they come with a cooler right there in the middle. But that cooler does not keep ice more than a day. That keeps ice in it for several days. It'll keep it up to 7 days if you do it right. But that's a smaller cooler, so you can't put as much in there, which is a good thing. So it's a good day cooler. Put 1 bag of ice in there, it's going to last. I've been all practice. I bought the ice on Sunday, and it still has ice in there today. We didn't put a little bit more in there, but that's good. All my rods rigged up, crankbaits, jerk baits, big glide baits, which I don't throw often. And of course, these beat downs. And again, everybody's been asking me, you know, I've had a lot of people message me saying, like, you've run them now pretty much all year. What do you think? Rock solid, guys. Rock solid. So beat down is and again, you can move these around. I've got this thing locked down, but it's perfect height right now. And when, like at Smith, we're going to be doing a lot of live scoping. I'll put the pole, the extension on this. It'll lift my unit up higher. Or when we go smallmouth fishing, it's going to be a huge deal up there. Right here, we're not live scoping crazy. I don't need it up high. It's up high enough. You know, it's a good level for sure. So, and then the other thing that's really cool is this system here that Beatdown has. So it's very unique. It's a tube that bolts to your dash. You got their own bracket there, and it has these adjustable mounts. And see these arms? I can loosen these up. Let's see, go like that. I can move them like this. And that's really good if there's a little extra glare on the water that day. So anyways, good stuff right there. Beatdown's got it going on.
Wait a minute.
All right. We ready, man. This place is awesome, dude. This place is great. We're gonna go right over here, throw a swim jig, and then we'll decide what to do after that. Probably need to run down the lake, put a drop shot in my hand, and try to chase some fish out there in that open water. I don't know though. They're gonna cut the current down to hardly nothing. Really? Okay. Okay. Actually, I didn't have my camera on, guys. I threw out there. The first cast with the frog, it hit the water and blew up on it. Didn't look like a big one though. It was a bite. He hit the water, koosh, blew up on it, and I missed him. Or he missed a frog. Oh. world, dude? What in the world? I don't know what they are. Are they those little things? I don't know. But there's probably bass. Gotta be bass. Caught them in here in August. The last time I fished this lake, which was 2016, I believe. So literally 9 years ago. It's crazy. It's been that long. It feels like it hasn't been that long, but it has. But it was an August tournament, obviously. I did really good. This one John Cox won. And I caught him. I don't know if I made the top 10, but I was close to it. I was doing good in the tournament. I was catching some smallmouth and a few big largemouth back in this stuff. But in August, July and August is when these pads get a little better. The normal cycle is fish spawn March, April, May. Shad spawn May, June. The bass kind of go out to that cooler water. The main river's a little cooler in June. The first hot temperature warms up these creeks, so the fish leave and they go out to the main river and relax in the flow and in the current. Then as that current temperature equalizes, gets hot, they get beat on, blah blah blah, they start coming back into these places and they look for the shade. The dog days of summer, they'll get in a place like this because it creates a lot of shade and the water would be cooler underneath these pads. That's why the bite's always a little better in July and August around pads. So there you go. Now, is there still a few in here? I'm hoping, but it's not looking like it. So. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're busting up there where I like them. Those are bass. Huh. That's crazy. Those are all bass. I caught fish here 2016. That's what's crazy. Big smallmouth. And they're still here. It's a good spot. It's a community hole. Big time though. But you know, you get here in the mornings, catch 2 or 3 of these 3 and 4 pound smallmouth. That's good. Jerkbait action. I think I can get a couple bites here. Absolute worst time of the day, and I'm still getting bit. All right, midday update. We're in the river now, up the elk. We're gonna go flip in a little bit, try a few things. You know I didn't put my hands on a good one, but there's good ones on that one spot. So there's potential there. Especially first thing in the morning, they start schooling, they bust. I catch a few big ones. We could. I like that. So we got a long ways to go up this river to try to find something special. So day's not over. Okay. Well, all right. Let's go do Elk River now. Well, actually, we're going to try a couple more points real quick. There's a couple more little spots. This is the best one, I think. There's a couple more. I can't really remember where they are, but they're just that way. Because somebody, oh, there's a good one. I gotta, ooh, dang, son. Got me a 2-pounder on a jerk bait. Uh-oh. 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 Pound and 3/4, a lunker. Got me a lunker. Well, there we go. Catch 5 of them and one big 2 4-pound smallmouth. A couple other little radio rats. All right, well, I took my shirt off so I didn't have my chesty on, but got a bite right over in that zone right in there. I don't know if it was a big one or not, but it felt good. So we're gonna run back down the lake, see if we can't find some more stuff, and I think that was I know it was a keeper. So it's 5 bites, 5 keeper bites. Yeah, that's what I think. But I did talk to Canterbury, and he started doing the same thing on these little isolated stuff, and he had 2 bites as well. So that's a little bit of a pattern to this stuff. I think 100% you could stick with it all day and get 5. So peace of mind, at least. Something simple. Can do this all day. Should be good. So guys, I appreciate y'all sticking with me like you have, because this has been brutal. You catch any? Out here? How big?
2.5.
What was he, on the ledge?
Yeah.
How'd you catch him, a worm?
Big worm. Stupid, like my second cast.
Up on top of it or like on the drop?
I was setting out in like 14, throwing up on top of it.
Okay.
But I ain't getting another bite. I'm gone.
Okay, buddy. All right, let's see if we can catch one on Magic Shell Bed. I actually fished that yesterday, and it looked good. It was shallow. I went down. You can see the trail. Went right down through there, and I was seeing fish on the graph. Real shallow bar. Another level. That's a whole new level. We're leveling down, not up. Boy, I'm gonna have to get really fortunate. But you know what? I don't need 5 good bites. 5 2.5 to 4 pound fish will do amazing. It will. So we fished 13 hours. 13 hours times 3 is 39 hours of fishing. 39 hours of fishing and 6 keepers today. 9 keepers. Wow. 9 divided into 39. It's like 1 fish for every 6 hours. That's awful. Wow.
Better day?
Yeah, I did.
Catch some fish?
Finally caught a few fish today. Wasn't great, but I was able to get, I don't know, 7 or 8 bites. So hopefully, at least there's a hope. You know, there's a hope now. I mean, I did catch like a 3 1/4, a 3 pounder. I mean, I had some decent bites, so got to get some bites during the tournament, see if it'll work out. I might tomorrow.
Have you thrown a hybrid hunter in?
Uh-uh.
That ought to be what they bite in that grass.
Yeah.
Just going down the bank, huh?
Catch any big ones?
Yeah, we had 2
3
3
something.
pounders today.
Hey,
He had like
Probably
14 pounds.
Probably
a
had
day.
3 threes.
He had 15 pounds a day.
No.
what'd you have?
4 pounds.
All right, you got me last night. Those dang hot beans. I was pretty upset, to be honest with you. That stuff was like next level, nuclear hot. So, yeah, let's get him.
Give me the eyebrow. Oh, what is it? Shaving. It's not even whipped cream. It's everywhere.
Oh, you got. Oh, you deserve
I
that.
was wondering what the camera was for. I saw it blinking.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get a lot of this stuff out that I don't need. I got tackle, more tackle, more tackle.
You're better than I had. I got both fit out.
What was that?
What?
What was that?
A balloon. It was loud, wasn't it?
Dude, that scared the crap out of me. I thought you were gonna come in here.
God, pranks, everybody. I have a lot of rods, man. Look at this. So I had this took a while to pick up everything. So I have 4, 5, 6 spinning rods. This is my schooling spot deal. And then if we go up and flip those lay downs like we did today and got bit, that's all I need right there. Bandito bug. And if I go out on the flats, I'm gonna throw a jig, worm, chatterbait. That's about it, really. Jerkbait. It's actually pretty simple. I'm not too stressed. I mean, I hope I can get on my spot down the lake. There's 2 spots down there actually. Hope I can get on them. I'm boat 60 something, which ain't great. So we're gonna, I mean, it's a pretty simple game plan for me, really. Use tomorrow as number 1. It's kind of a practice day as well. I'll know a lot about, you know, it's like if you're gonna go out there on the flats and grind, you know, like I've gone out there and I've had 3 bites on the flats. And I fished out there quite a bit. But you know, if I go out there and I see boats, there's a lot of boats out there, or the right boats out there, I should say. It indicates to me that there's, you know, there's an opportunity, so it allows me to fish better. If I go out there tomorrow and there's like 0 people on those flats where I got bit around, it tells me that they probably didn't catch. There's just not a lot of fish out there, so that's actually kind of a bad thing. I kind of want to see some people out there. I think kind of give me a little more encouragement, because it's not a fast and furious bite. It's a grind it out, stay focused, and catch them. So, you know, hopefully tomorrow I can learn something. But man, what a funky deal. You know, like I said, I've been doing this a long time, and this is one of the more difficult ones. And like I said in a few videos before this as well, there's times that you do bad in a tournament, but you were dialed in on the right thing. Just opportunity didn't happen, boat number, blah, blah, blah. And then there's sometimes you just kind of don't really know what the heck to do, or kind of know what the best way to catch them is. It's kind of where I'm at right now. So tomorrow, you have to treat tomorrow as a practice day. You got to get out there and I got to fish some new water. I got to just evaluate and fish new water. Now, the wind didn't blow this afternoon. Those bait fish were on the flat, busting around a little bit. There's a lot more activity this afternoon. So maybe things will get going on the flats. But that's it. I'm going to finish packing up the boat here. We got 27 rods. It's absolutely crazy, dude. And that's it. So we'll see you guys. Thank you for all the support again. Sometimes these videos, you know, don't have as many fish catches as we'd like, but hopefully some of the tips, some of the advice that I give you is well worth watching the video. So I really appreciate the support. And you know, we've also had a lot of people comment to me, man, why didn't your channel have like 1 million subscribers? I'd love that. We're at 600, almost 700,000. Best way to get to 1 million subscribers is obviously subscribe. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do that. And then share the video out on Facebook, Instagram, whatever you got going on. Share it out to some of your buddies. Let them know about the SMC. And guys, I appreciate all the support. We'll see you. Bye!